Alright, by popular demand, we're back with another tier list for re-release type soul. This time we're going to be on Shikai, so let's start off as per usual on the Mythics. Alright, up first we've got Snow. Now Snow used to be one of the most oppressive Shikai in the game, with it being abused for its counter, its true stun, and its hyper armor moves that were basically unpunishable most of the time. Unfortunately, that time is far past us, and Snow is a shadow of its former self. It's gotten a ton of nerfs, its true stun's been nerfed, its windups have been increased, CDs have been increased, like, just overall, it's not that good anymore. You want to be on top of them to make your moves the most, as most you can. The Z counter no longer is true into a lot of moves, and they also halved the counter active frame, so it's no longer as good, it's no longer a crutch you can use to win and keep S-keying and using that. The X move also got another nerf. Its hyper armor has been removed, so you can actually full parry this. Before it was full hyper, and if you parried it, you couldn't full parry the whole thing because the end part here would still hit you. The C move, the heal's been reduced. It's like kind of insignificant. It's like 1%, 2%. Like it's not that good. And the negative 50 temp you should never use because most of the time they'll get flung out of it because they'll keep their momentum, and then they'll punish you because you're standing still doing this long ass animation. So I'm gonna probably put Snow B tier. I mean, it really isn't all that anymore. If you really want to use it though, probably go Air Hakata, and yeah, you probably still kind of make it work. Alright, Duality, one of the most powerful Shikai in the game. It used to be like insane because it was 6 moves and you could reset your CD on your moves. Like you could do ZXC on black, and then the last move C would swap to white and you'd have your CDs back. It was pretty insane. Fortunately, on re-release, they have changed it so the C move no longer resets CDs, but they also have done a couple of changes to make Duality more, I think, fair. It's still very good, even after the wind-up changes and I think the damage nerfs, because it used to do stupid damage. It's still really good. Like, you have 3 guard break moves on black. Z is a guard break, X is a guard break. X has, like, stupid long range on this. Like, it's not just in front of it, it goes, like, a little further past them. C, basically free combo start, also a guard break. You can move stack off that. Do C combo extend to like eviscerate towards them or just whatever, a crit. Like, it's actually insane. The white moves are still pretty powerful. Like, Z is basically unpunishable. They have to parry that or they're gonna just take free damage. X, pretty okay, engage. C move, this one's just okay. You can kind of just like do M1 into C or whatever, you're up close, you can just use it as a mix up. But Duality, still S tier, honestly. I'm probably gonna move it up. I put it A, but I still think the 3 guard breaks is kind of insane, and this one has hyper armor too. Like, it's still good, even though it has pretty high rate costs. That's the one thing you have to worry about with the new rate changes. I think Duality has some of the higher rate costs. I don't know if that was because it had 6 moves and you could spam them, but just be careful about your rate costs on this and use your moves wisely. You'll be fine. If you're gonna play this, probably play on you can play Air Hakata. It's pretty broken on because you can force GBs up close, and you can also play it on speed kendo. It works on basically anything. The new Benihime rework is really good, and it has a ton of true combos, and it's pretty good overall. It can cover a lot of bases. It works really good on speed and kendo, but here are the moves. The first Z is a close slash. You recast it, it goes far. They both do pretty high posture. I don't believe they guard break. The X move, you throw down a little ladder type thing. If you catch a player in that, they're going to be stunned for a long time. If you're up close, it stuns for like enough time to almost make a true combo. I believe it is true. I haven't had enough time to test it. But the C move, you can tap it to make a shield. If you recast it within like a second, you will start losing the shielding properties of it, and you will shoot out bullets. I'll show you that that one right here. So it's basically a counter to like prevent damage, and then you can also fight back with it like that. It no longer pulls them in though, and it shoots out fairly far. You can also cancel it with M2 if you want, and then you can go into another move afterwards, which makes it a really good combo extender or a good combo ender if you want to just get someone off you. It's got very short CDs and pretty decent damage and true combo potential, so I'm probably going to put it S tier for now. I'm probably going to make a build video on that, so make sure you sub, and you can see how broken it is. Assimilation is another really underrated Shikai. Unfortunately, it has gotten nerfed in this recent update, which I think it was a little too much. They made the absorb stack only go to 50 now, so your ZM1 and ZM2 damage is kind of gutted. Your ZM2 does like almost nothing at 50, like, damage absorbed, so like that move is basically useless. Never use ZM2 or ZM1 to be honest. You should kind of just keep your absorption so it'll make your X faster, do more damage, and increase the hitbox of it. I don't think it does more damage actually, sorry. It increases the hitbox and also makes it faster. They also nerfed the stun on it. Like, the X stun used to be almost true into a ton of moves, so you could do that. It was a high posture move, really fast, and if you're running Rapier with it, you basically had like unlimited pressure on them. Axe Kick also got nerfed as well. The damage was decreased, and the true stun was decreased, so that once you push them up into the air, sometimes they won't even hit the ground and get the damage procced on them because they're not stunned long enough. So it's pretty alright, honestly. The Absorb kind of got gutted. The ZM1 and ZM2 are no longer like really big damage dealers, but you can use the Z to absorb damage and then just get out of it. X move is really what carries it. The Ragdoll is pretty awesome. Again, though, the True Stun was nerfed, and C True Stun was nerfed as well. So overall, it got a pretty big hit, but it's still viable. I'm probably going to put it B tier. It's not like as oppressive at A tier. It does very little damage now because it doesn't have as much damage absorption like stacks. So I'm going to leave it at B for now. Alright, Suzanbachi. It's a pretty alright moveset, to be honest. I really don't like the Z though, because it's like, it doesn't do that much damage, and if you want to get the percent damage on the second swing of Z, it takes like forever, because like, look how long the animation is. Like, anyone with a brain is going to parry that or just get out of the way. Like, and it's a short time period you have to land the second, like, 2 steps. You can't like do Z, M1, 2 steps again. Like, it's just really annoying to land that move. X move's pretty decent. It's a good grab move, does pretty decent posture damage as well. Really good to combo extend off this. You can jump like Sonata, you can do a jump crit, you can do anything towards them because they're ragdolled for a little bit of time, and it does decent damage. C move, this one's pretty easy to read in my opinion. You can just hold F and block it because it does high posture, but it's not going to guard break. You can also just parry it because it's very telegraphed, because like, look at this walk animation. If you don't react to that, you kind of deserve to get hit by that. But yeah, it's nothing too amazing. If you're going to run it, I'd probably do it on Hakata because you're up close more often than not. And it's also pretty decent on speed Kendo if you want to run it there as well. Just good luck hitting that second Z though. I don't know. I'll probably put it B tier. It's nothing too amazing. It's not like A tier where it's super oppressive. If you're really good with it, you can make it viable, but it's definitely not top tier. Alright, Theater. This one is amazing in the right hands. If they know how to read your dashes and wait for your flash up to be off, and when you're low HP, the Z move is like actually insane. They can't block it, they can't parry it, and they can't counter it. Same with the X move, you can't parry it, can't block it, and most people don't know how to dodge it in time, so it's very, very oppressive. C move as well, the very broken counter that's true into Rising Swallow, Floating Strikes, a ton of stuff. It's no longer true into Unseen Blade, it's still no longer that broken, but it still is true into a Floating Strikes or a Rising Swallow, so it's just free damage, and you basically can't tell when they're using a counter, because I don't think there's an animation other than the text, and it's also, I think, frame 1, so pretty stupid to fight against. Definitely top tier, honestly, in my opinion. I really love this, and it's really good on Keto, SR Keto. You can hit the dragons and basically confirm the Z or X move because they won't be able to dash. You can also really use it on speed Kendo, like I said, because the counter into the floating or rising. It's just overall really good. Just be careful, the X move doesn't have that much hit stun, or it actually doesn't have hit stun at all. So just be prepared to use a move immediately, or just kind of like dash away after you hit that real quick. So yeah, I'm probably going to put Theater in S because it is a really good counter. It's good on a ton of skill trees, and the Z and X are basically confirmed if you know how to read for when their dodge is off. So the reworked flower is really good, and for some reason I don't see a lot of people using it. It's got a cool passive where every time you land a move, you'll get an aura around you, and at max expansion it can change some moves. The Z move, pretty decent, does high posture, and if you land it, you can recast to explode the marks. I don't believe the marks have hit stun, but if they do, it's a little annoying. X move, really nice, guard break, pretty fast, also applies the flower effect around you. If you land the X move after you've already hit like the swords or with another move while they have the passive on them, it'll do even more damage and send 3 swords towards them. At max expansion, you'll send out 6 swords instead of 3, which is pretty broken. And yeah, the C, flash step, you do pretty decent damage. It's a pretty good mix-up. Off your flash step, you can do this, and it's pretty unexpected most of the time. And every time you land it on a marks person, it'll send out 3 extra slashes. And at max expansion, you'll throw out 4 petals. So it's a lot of damage, very visually loud, and it's actually really good. I'm probably going to put it A tier. It does pretty decent damage, and if you know how to land these moves effectively, you can do some pretty cool combos. Ice. Ice will always be a timeless Shikai. It's never going to be bad. The only bad thing about it is the X move can be easily countered, but with counters having a little more windup, it's actually a little more forgiving. Especially if you hold down X, you can make the shurikens fly faster, and that will freeze them for enough time for you to get a Z off, or just any move if they're up close. It has a ton of stun. C move, free counter, really amazing. It actually does a ton of damage now. I don't know if they buffed it or something, but it does almost like half a bar of damage. I can't remember correctly, but it definitely does a lot more damage than I remember. Z move, really good, really low CD, and if you land it at the very end of it, they'll have extra stun, and that extra stun allows you to do a Rising Swallow or a Floating Strikes True, or any move up close that is fast. Like you do Z, and you hit them at the very end, you can M1 them, do whatever move you want. You can even vert down probably, and you'd be good. Wait for them to like waste their parry, and then you could Rising Core, free True Pierce right there. It's really annoying to fight against. High posture, and the very short CD, so like Ice will never be bad, honestly. It's probably A tier. Because of the X move being pretty easy to counter though, I'm probably gonna put it A tier. I was gonna put it S, but I don't know. It's really high A, pushing S tier. I'm gonna leave it at A for now. It's really good. Anything in S or A is viable and really amazing. So don't worry, Ice awesome still. Alright, Blood. A very polarizing Shikai. A lot of people live and die by it, but I really think it's kind of middle, you know? You can be really good with it, definitely, but its moves aren't as annoying as people make it out to be. The Z is pretty long. It's got pretty long windup. You move backwards, so you're gonna have to like M1, turn around, do the Z to like mix up and get them with the stack. You press it again, you will be able to stun them and do a true combo, but most of the time people just run away and hold F and not letting you do that. So you just gotta make sure you have pressure on them, and then when they least expect it, pop that Z. You can also heal from this moveset, which is pretty cool, but it isn't that significant. I mean, you'll notice it a little bit, maybe half a bar over like a whole fight, but it's nothing too crazy. X, you used to be able to cancel this and feint it with a buddy, but it's now a little more like, this used to be like very broken, like you could combo off it, but now it's more just, you just pull them in, push them out, and it's got pretty decent range, to be honest. It's really nice on S or Keto, because you could put down a high end, pull them in, and then they're going to take ticks from that and this, and it's really annoying to fight against. But it's okay now. You can't really do too many combos off the X, but it sets you up into neutral, and you can keep them up close to go like extended to whatever you want. C, frame 1, really annoying to fight against. Like, you could hit them, and then they press C and cancel your combo. And yeah, it's actually pretty okay. I'm probably gonna put it low A tier. I don't think it's that amazing, but it can be good in the right hands if you know how to use it. I don't know. I really want to put it high B tier instead of A, but I know Blood is still pretty decent. To be honest, I haven't seen that many Blood players in high ranked. Most people are just running other Shikai, because this one doesn't really hold up too well against people who know how to parry this. Like, it's not too broken against people who know it. I'll put it low A. I'll just give that the benefit of the doubt. I probably would put it B though, to be honest. Alright, Ink. Incredibly underrated in my opinion. If you know what the passive does, it reduces the damage dealt to you. It used to be an insane amount. It was like 80-85% or something like that. So anytime you landed your moves on them, like, you didn't have to worry about like getting hit, really. Like, because like everything does like 5 damage to you or whatever. It's like actually tickling you. That is no longer the case. I believe it's halved or a lot less now. It's still significant though, where if you have them inked, they won't do as much damage to you, but the effect doesn't last too long. There used to be a buddy that made it last around like 4-6 seconds, which made it really broken, but now it's a little more fair. If you get hit by inked, you just like play a little more passive instead of going for risky combos, because you won't be doing that much damage to you. The Z and the crit will both apply the ink. The X also will apply the ink and remove the moves. If the first slash lands, it removes the second half, I believe. Land the second slash, and it'll disable the entire moveset. So after a guard break, I like to use X to put more pressure on them, and then I can continue comboing them. C move, really good. Usually it scales with HP, and you can hit this pretty easily to dodge moves. Say someone's flyer passaging towards you, you just do C, and then you droplet behind them. It's got a huge hitbox, so most of the time people will be blocking the front, but I aim for behind them because the hitbox is huge and will still hit them. When you land the C, usually you can go for like a Z immediately or a crit, and you can apply that ink on them immediately, and most people won't expect it. So definitely a very good Shikai. I'm probably going to put it A tier. Very good. Honestly, it's really nice if you have a Shikai stasis. Like, you will lose the ink on your crit, but you also have like a real weapon now. Like, you could have rapier or longsword on this, and it's really, really nice. Ash. Ash used to be pretty okay. It was mostly used on Hakata and had fairly decent stun. Apparently they thought that because of the very few people playing it, they decided to nerf the damage and soft stun for all the moves, so probably not going to see as many people playing it. It has a kind of weird passive where it just obscures their screen, which doesn't really matter, to be honest. Z was a punch. It did fairly decent posture. I don't think it guard broke. X move had like an aura burst around you, and it was not true to anything, I don't believe, but it stunned them for a fair bit of time and pushed them away. You could do like the X into the C, which the C is like a dash forward, you spin around and pull them with you. It kind of sets them up for a combo in Hakata, which I think is pretty nice. So it's alright. The damage nerf was pretty significant though, like 20 damage to 15, 30 to 25, 20 to 15 on some moves. Like, it's alright. It's definitely, I don't know if I'd put it B tier. Ash was already struggling beforehand, and those nerfs made it a little harder to make it viable. It might go down to C tier with Suzanbachi, but yeah, you could run it, I guess. It's not too crazy though, to be honest. I don't think I've seen any good combos with it in high ranked. It's kind of a noob stomper. Like, some people think this is broken, but it's not too bad to fight, to be honest. Alright, Confusion, another thing that has been reworked, and it has a bar now. So your Z move will create 3 clones on them. It can go up to 6 depending on how full your bar is. And to be honest, it's kind of an okay move. Most of the time, it's not too hard to tell which one's the clone, because I believe when you flash step, and some moves will only show effects on the real you, so you can kind of single out which one it is, and just know that it'll teleport them behind you. So just look behind you and you'll know which one is him. Just don't lose track of them. But yeah, not too broken, to be honest. In a group, you can also swap avatars. I don't think this really matters, to be honest, because you just see exactly they're still there. They don't like swap positions, only their like avatar. Okay, Z hold variant. This one's pretty broken. You can make some pretty stupid combos where you apply this. They're going to come back to this position. You can do like, I think you could do an Ito Kasu off this and bring them back. I don't think that's true though, but you could do like a Rising Swallow, Floating Strikes when they teleport back. Some pretty stupid stuff. Mind Meld. This one is the counter. It used to be the C, now it's the X. And every time you land it, you get the CD back and the Confusion bar. So the counter is actually pretty broken, and you can make true combos because it has a fairly decent amount of active frames, and if you just do X into like a Floating Strikes or a Rising Swallow, it's going to be true because it teleports behind them instantly. So if you know how to read like an M1 or like a move that's very predictable, you can make a true combo off that, because your counter will not interrupt your move. You can have the effect active while you're doing a move, and it'll just teleport you behind them and do the move, which is pretty nice. Yeah, other than that, there's really not much going for Confusion. C inverts their world. They can turn around and just block it though if they have a brain. So Z and C are kind of useless. Your X is the only real good move, but it's a lot more effort for not that much reward. Other than the true combos, it's a niche Shikai. I'm definitely going to be putting it in C tier, just because the combos. Honestly, it should be D tier. It's kind of useless. You'll never see anyone playing this in high ranked. Shinso, a very nice Shikai, very underrated. I actually love this, and if I could only run one Shikai, it'd probably be this one, or Judgment, to be honest. But it's very fun. The weapon you have, the more times you M1, your M1 range increases, and it's got fairly fast M1s. The crit, though, is where it is pretty weak, so if you have a Shikai Stasis, it's a lot nicer if you could have a longsword or a rapier on this. Z, really good damage, very fast, far poke, you can use it to cancel moves, guard breaks, and you can just use it to end a lot of combos or start them. X will be your counter, and it's true into, or almost true into a lot of moves. I like to do X into C, and then off the C, Ragdoll here. You can do that Z, and then that's free damage. You can also do a flash fake out if you're fast enough, flash cut, fast fang if you jump towards them and do it, a crit even. Like, it's so much true stun. Like, there's so many true combos you can do. C also does a ton of posture, so you can just use it whenever as a mix-up. And if they mix it, get guard broken, get ragdolled, you're going to do a ton of damage. But definitely, if you have this, use a Shikai Stasis, and you can make it even better. Definitely S tier. I will die on this hill. Zangetsu, another pretty decent Shikai, a lot of guard breaks, a lot of damage, and pretty decent ragdolls on them, to be honest. Most of the time, though, it's not too hard to parry. Like, the Z is a very easy parry if you know the timing. X move is also pretty nice. I think they made it slightly faster, and then they nerfed it because it was stupid fast, and it was broken and had a ton of ragdoll. I don't think it's like that anymore. It's a little more fair now. C move, another guard break. Ragdoll, you can kind of almost get a true combo off that if you flash fake out fast enough. Flash cut, any fast move to get over there, or crit even. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I'll put it B tier. Not really much to say. It's pretty simple. High damage moves that have a little more wind up. Judgment, one of my favorite Shikai, really underrated, and I think more people should be using it because if you know how to combo on it, it is really good. Alright, Justice calls down 6 Gavels in front of you, has pretty decent stun, and because of how far they go and the stun they have with the multi-hit, you can call another move and stack it towards them. Like while they're falling, you could do a crit towards them, a eviscerate towards them, any fast move really to put more pressure on them, and it's just an overall amazing move. X move, really nice. The shockwave around you gives the objective status that makes them slowed a lot, and it's pretty significant. If you hit the X and they hit you, it's also a counter, the second part of it, which is pretty nice. If you have the objection onto them already from either the Z or I think the C, the X will do a cool extra damage part at the end. But if you do counter them, it'll just teleport you behind them and do decent damage. Hold it, pretty fast move, it teleports you behind them. It has very short range, so if you were M1ing people or up close, you can use it as a mix-up. You can also just do it immediately after the X during the counter, which gives you pretty decent combo. You can also, off the counter on X, you can sometimes even go for a Rising Swallow. Most people won't expect it because of how fast it is. And yeah, really good. Also, there's a counter tech on this. Watch my vid. You can probably find it in the builds playlist. But you can have 2 counters in a row with this if you know how to time it correctly. And it's pretty broken. I'm definitely going to put this... I'm going to probably put this... I don't know if I put it S tier. It's like really high A, bordering S tier. Like, Shinso's broken overall. Judgment is a level below that, but it's still really, really good. It's really unexpected for most people. Unfortunately, I think some of the passives are broken. I think like the Nobilizing Court is broken. I don't remember that ever working. The objected one does work though. So, yeah, that's that. Alright, Fire. Another really nice Shikai. Pretty underrated in my opinion. If you're going to run it, I'd probably go on Hakata or Speed, because it's a really nice in your face. The Z move, I think, pretty sure this one guard breaks. Yeah, briefly ragdolling them, which can lead into another combo extend. X move is really nice. It block breaks and also brings them up into the air. If you're on Hakata, you can go into a Tor Reach to extend that. And pretty cool, pretty cool. C move, also pretty nice, decent damage. I don't believe it does guard break, but it does enough posture damage where if you have at least one move on them and they blocked it, this will guard break, and it's very nice. I think all these moves also apply burn, which does a fair bit of damage, and it's a pretty simple Shikai in my opinion. It could be good on any skill tree, to be honest. Speed, Kendo. I'd probably use it on Hakata more though, because it's more in your face. It's definitely usable and viable, so I'm going to put it in B tier. Water. This is one of my favorite Shikai as well. Really nice on speed, pretty decent on Kendo as well. And the cool thing about it is a lot of the moves, or I think all of the moves, steal Ray on hit. And with the Ray changes where no accessories have Ray, this is insanely huge, and it could be very broken because they're going to have no Ray, and you're going to be putting a ton of pressure on them, especially if you're Speed or Kendo. So, really nice. Z move, pretty decent ragdoll, very fast. If you hold Z, it does go slightly faster, just a little tip for y'all. The ragdoll will not make true combos, but you can use it to combo extend, like you can go into a crit, a flash cut, flash fake out, anything fast to get to them, close the distance. You can also use the X move, which is really nice. Up close, X is true into floating, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Like, every time I tried it, it usually lands. Also, if you're on Kendo, you can do X into Rising Swallow up close because of the ragdoll. And if they're at the very end of it, it'll drag them to, or the wave returns towards you, giving a little more extra pressure. So if they move out of your way and they're now no longer in the path of the wave, you could reposition so that that's there. That's going to be a threat to them, and you can also just like do anything else to put a little more pressure on them, like a flash cut, whatever. C move, really nice. C into unseen is basically true. I don't know if they've made it so it has less stun, but it has enough ragdoll where you can do C at range and then unseen them. That was one of my favorite combos to do. And honestly, you can just throw it out whenever. It's fast enough where if they parry it and they're far away, there's really no downside to using it. It's free damage, free combo extend if you do land it though. So I'm honestly going to put this... I'm going to put it A tier. It could be S tier though, because of the race deal. Like, that could bring it all the way up to S tier. You know what? I'm actually going to put water in S tier. I think it's going to be really oppressive. You got to be very careful with your moves now, because a lot of fights end up being where you're low Ray and you're forced to be in M1 range a lot of the time. So water will be really, really oppressive. Berserk, the noob stomper of type soul. It's really oppressive to people who do not know how to parry it, but if you learn the timings, especially for the Z, like, it's very forgiving, the parry. It's not too bad. It's got a pretty cool hyper armor and AoE buff on a lot of the moves when you get lower, and it also has a limit breaker where the more damage you take, the more damage you do, and it buffs M1s as well. But yeah, pretty okay. X move is really nice, I guess. If you press X and hold it, you'll do just one slash and you remove the hyper armor. So you can switch it up between if you want the barrage variant with hyper armor that has that and does more slashes, or the one that's fast just a close distance and get on them. Honestly, I think the X isn't too bad, or too good, sorry, because it has a ton of wind up and that parry is very easy to do once you know it. C, also very good. It guard breaks, I believe, or does very high posture. I'm pretty sure it guard breaks, actually. It's pretty good because it cripples them below 50% HP, but again, it is very telegraphed to parry, and I don't think it is that oppressive, in my opinion. So I'm gonna probably put it, I'll put a B tier. It's definitely usable, to be honest. A lot of people can't like react to this, and if you're on high ping, good luck trying to parry some of these moves. So yeah. Wait, this is gonna be a really big surprise to people, but it is insanely broken right now. Yeah, most people didn't see it, but in the change logs, they buffed this to make the passive insanely broken. The passive you can apply through M1s, and by hitting them enough times, it'll give a purple aura. I believe the crit also applies it, but every single move will apply the purple aura. You'll see it at the very end there. Well, they changed it actually, so these aren't accurate anymore. But the Z will apply it, X will apply it, C will apply it, anything will apply it. And once you have that stack on them and hit it with another ability, they're going to kneel down for a full second and allow you to do a true combo. Like, it's actually so insane. And every single one of these abilities had their CD reduced and or damage increased. Like, for example, the Z is insanely fast now. You can also move stack on it because, I don't know. I don't remember that being a bug, to be honest. Somehow that changed. X move, really high damage. It has hyper armor now, I believe, as well. The second part of it, once you hit them, can't be canceled anymore. And if they have the effect on them, I usually do Z into X. They're going to be kneeling back there for a free combo, which is insane. C move, really good, also applies the stack, so you can do X into C sometimes, and you'll stun them as well. This one does pretty high posture. This X, I believe, guard breaks. Z does decent posture as well. And sometimes, I don't know if they patched this, but before when I was playing this, all the moves would ignore block. I'm going to do more testing on that when I play it again. But this Shikai is really, really broken right now. It is probably the best Shikai ever, until it gets nerfed at least. Yeah, really, really broken right now. When I make a video on it, you're going to see how broken it is. Okay, Poison. This one has actually surprising damage. I think the DOT is bugged or something, I don't know. But it does pretty decent damage. The Z will apply the little Poison ring, and then flash forward with X if you've hit Deteriorate. C, another slash also applies the poison, which you can blink to, and it's really nice because your moves get hidden by this poison, and they won't be able to see you charge up a move. Really not much to say. It's a pretty decent Shikai. Probably not the best one you could be running, to be honest. I'd probably reroll, but it's an option, I guess. It's like B. It's probably C tier, to be honest. I'm probably gonna put it C tier. I don't think I've seen too many crazy people on it, so I'm putting it C tier. Wind. Wind is actually pretty fun. The Wind Crown doesn't GB, but if you have the accessory, I think it's Wind Crown, or not Wind Crown, I think it's Flying Hurricane is the thing that makes it guard break. So it's pretty nice. You'll have a move that will guard break from afar. That's pretty fast to cancel moves. And from this, you can do like a Wind Prison to them immediately and then bring them down to you for a combo. It's actually pretty alright. C move, pretty huge. You can use this as a combo end or a combo start. It's very fast. Most people won't react to it. And it has pretty decent damage, to be honest. It's pretty okay. I'll probably put it like high C tier. You need a lot of skill to make this really broken, to be honest. Like, it's not going to be the thing that makes you win. You have to be good at using wind to make it win, you know? So I'll put it C tier for now, actually. Creation, probably the highest skill ceiling Shikai in the game. For most players, it's going to be decent, but once you know all the combos and all the techs on it, it is the best Shikai in the game. It's got a ton of pressure. ZM1 is a frame 1 hyper armor that the ground slam will be true into a lot of moves because it has insane stun. Like, you use ZM1 to prevent a move from hitting you. You're going to return with a hit, slam down into the floor. You could do a floating strike, so fast fang, anything you want because it's a super long stun. ZM2, a really good tool to make true combos. ZM2 up close is true into rising. ZM2 up at medium range is true into bisection. ZM2 is true into a ton of moves, and you need to know how to use it. X as well makes pretty good true combos. X from far will be true into fast fang or medium range. X up close is also pretty true into fast fang, or not fast fang. Floating strikes, rising swallow. There's a ton of things you can do. C, you gotta be really quick with this, and once you get the aiming down, it's not too bad to hit. It has high posture, and honestly, you can feint most of the time to get people to waste their parry. and you will do posture damage to them, so they're at risk for getting guard broken from a lot of moves now. Very oppressive once you have the C down. You don't even have to like use it. You could just have it down on the ground. They're going to be worried that you're going to use it, and you can use it at the drop of a hat. Like you could put down the C, then just be super aggressive. They'll probably be a little afraid, and you could use that to use the C unexpectedly while you're pushing them. Really good. Common combos you'll see, C into like an Unseen, C into ZM2 Floating Strike or Rising Swallow, C into an X, into another move like Fast Fang, Flash Cut, Flash Fake Out. Like, there's just so many combos on it. Definitely S tier. It's really good if you know how to use it. Lightning. Oh, what a fall from grace. It really has been nerfed. The Z, I think, is no longer true into floating or rising after you hit it. That was one of the main combos, but most people will be able to react to this. You're going to have to use it unexpectedly or like when they're high posture, so you can guard break them into a combo. X really fast. It's basically like the Storm equivalent for Soul Reapers. Use this to cancel moves, to close distance. Yeah, it's just really amazing. C move, a little telegraphed. It ignores block now. It's no longer full blockable, and it does decent damage. But if you do miss this, you're going to get punished. So make sure you have a way to confirm it or use it and hope they don't parry it. Yeah. But definitely pretty okay. I don't know if it's as oppressive because the Z has been nerfed a ton. I'm going to probably put it B tier. It's no longer as good as it used to be because Z True Stun has been nerfed. Last and least, Shadow. Low-key don't want to explain this. You can read it. It's really bad. Last time Shadow's been good was SR Keto when it had a true combo. You can no longer do that, so you should never be using Shadow. Unlike Poison, which is slightly viable, this one is not viable in any build ever. If you use this, you should probably, I don't know, reroll. I mean, if you're stuck with it, good luck. You're never going to win with that, I'm not going to lie. So immediate D tier for that. And that's where I'm probably going to end the tier list. Anything in S tier is really broken right now. The ones that stand out the most, though, for me are Benihime, Shinso, Wait, and Creation. These will always be some of the top, or they'll probably be the top for now. Wait is really broken, probably going to get nerfed. Creation is always going to be the best Shikai if you know how to use it. Benihime, it's new. It's going to take some time for it to get balanced, but it does have some true combos that are really nice. A, also very viable. You can be really good with these. B, slightly less viable. It's going to take a little more skill to use these. C and D tier, you probably don't want to touch. Like, really don't want to touch. Yeah, I'll recommend that. Anyways, you can go yell at me in the comments with your opinions, and thanks for watching.